The thing with Alvin and the Chipmunks is, in comparison with St. Trinian's, it's so problem-free, and it is what it is. You know, St. Trinian's is attempting to go for this mass market and doing it in ways which I don't approve of. Alvin and the Chipmunks, it's the singing chipmunks, but it's Alvin and the Chipmunks, right?
Pinky and Perky.
Exactly. Look, here's the thing. People singing in funny high voices is funny. There we go. Pinky and Perky. Entire career on the basis of sing-songs, speed them up, is funny. Alvin and the Chipmunks, one thing, speed it up, funny. You remember Babe?
Yeah, the pig.
Fine, yeah, the singing mice. If I had words to... Funny, there we go. And there's a movie, I was trying to remember which movie it was. Which is the movie in which there's three kids, there's a party out in the garden, and three kids are seen inhaling helium, and then doing an impression of the mice in Babe. If anyone knows what that is, please text me, because it's going to bother me all Christmas. That's funny again. So it's just inherently funny. Sorry, there we go. Alvin and the Chipmunks, the story is, you can hear a clip now, Jason Lee's terrible songwriter, everything's going down the toilet. Suddenly these talking chipmunks turn up, and they sing like that, and therefore they're going to...
sing what?
Well, they're going to sing his songs and make him a hit, and they're going to become superstars. But let's hear a clip of Alvin having to put up with the fact that his house is now overrun by talking chipmunks.
Hey, be careful with that. It's a collectible. I got it for Christmas last year.
Christmas! We love Christmas. Even though we've never actually celebrated it. But we want to.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with Christmas.
Oh, maybe we can celebrate it with you.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I've had a long and weird day, so off to bed. Come on. We start work tomorrow. I want you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed by 8.
My tail isn't bushy till 9.
That's about it, okay? So, look, it isn't Garfield, right? And I like Garfield, but it ain't St. Trinian's either. And I have to say, when I saw it, I sat next to James King, Radio 1's James King, finger on the pulse, James King. Film started, Chipmunks started singing. Both James and I laughed and then looked at each other in an embarrassed way, knowing that we had both clocked that the other person laughed.
James is only sort of 14, isn't he?
Yeah,
himself,
he is.
So.
He's living his life backwards. And he's like the character in Youth Without Youth. He's been struck by lightning and he's slowly turning into a young Tim Roth, only with more talent. Yes, it's nonsense, and it's not very well done. And at the very end of the film, there's as the credits roll, there's a sort of history of Alvin and the Chipmunks from the 1950s, showing them in the cartoons and calendars and records, and that's quite interesting if you're interested in sort of, trivial Americana, as I sort of am. The film itself is all over the shop, but it does have the singing chipmunks. They probably don't even do the tape speeding up nowadays. There's probably a machine that'll do it for you. It used to be that you'd record stuff and speed it up. There's probably a machine now. But beautiful. Look, the BBFC contains no material likely to offend or harm. I mean, I love it. This is what I want in comparison with the St. Trinian's thing, but it does say, look, it's a very good-natured fantasy involving 3 talking chipmunks who form a band. As part of the comedy, there is some very mild toilet humour, including flatulence and the sight of chipmunk poop. It was felt that such mild humour involving cartoon animals was unlikely to offend many accompanying parents or adults. And I think that's absolutely right. So for the, yes, it's rubbish. I'm not going to make any claims for it being anything other than rubbish. And I did only laugh, just a very few times. But it is what it is.
Best Friend's Wedding is the movie.
Thank you very much. Did you remember it? Or somebody texted in?
It's the fine research staff who work for this programme. Somebody
texted it in.
Someone probably emailed.
Thank you very much, best friend. But that's it, okay? So that's that gag. And I think if you have young kids, they'll be perfect. I mean, it may well give them a few passing laughs, particularly...
Well, it's nice to have...
but the gag with the poop is very funny, you see.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, don't spoil it. But
No, okay.
you need to have a film whereby where there isn't going to be any darkness.
Yeah, there is no darkness. There is nothing dark other than the moment when they discover chipmunk poop on the sofa.